Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my late review for the family Chantel Sierra, season 2, episode 7. I'm gonna get through this real quick because again, it's like 2 a.m. on Monday morning. And I ain't got time for all that stuff. Okay, y'all already know to like, comment, subscribe, share, relax, relate, release. Y'all know all of that stuff and all of its goodness. But I have 3 more reviews to get out today that I've been procrastinating on because it was a holiday. So let's move on past that. And I also don't have no pictures because again, I didn't think about it. But we see all the siblings, you know what I'm saying, winter, spring, summer, fall, air, water, or whatever, leaving the little bar or whatever because Royal is upset. And then Royal is out in the parking lot or in the streets trying to fight production. And I'm looking like, what is he trying to fight production for? And then spring and summer out here trying to make excuses for Royal. He's just upset because his wife was allowing her friends to question him and he just reacted. No, that wife then said Royal has a whole attitude, temper problem. He had trouble controlling, and we then seen that happen on camera. So I'm looking like, no, you can't make me think summer and spring, okay, that Royal is this innocent bystander who is just reacting to stuff. No, he has attitude problem, whatever. So Angie and her friend, they then get up and leave. Like, where's Royal? Where did he go? You know, Royal is out here being an asshole for leaving me, and if he doesn't trust me, this marriage won't work. I'm like, I feel like neither one of y'all trust each other. Y'all both on some bullshit if you ask me. And now she in the streets crying because Royal really left with his family. And I'm like, y'all all drunk. You know what I'm saying? I still love him. You know what I'm saying? And I want to marry him. And her friends, like, you know what I'm saying? I think Royal doesn't love her. Look, I don't know what Angie thought would happen when she came at him with all of her truth in front of the cameras, his siblings and her friends or whatever. I think Royal thinks I want to handle my bullshit in private. In private. You put all my bullshit in my face in public. In public. And he don't know how to react. You have to know your spouse. But again, they don't know each other. I do think if she had told him any of this in private, nothing would have happened. But her saying all this in public, nothing happened except he got mad and left, and then they all look foolish. We then see Nicole and her mama ran around in a rental car because the car had a year on it. I'm like, the car has a year on the windshield. That's a rental, okay? I don't think Nicole has a car or a house. Anyway, you know, she chit-chat with her mom because, you know, I don't like how she treated, you know, my man Alejandro, even though that man is someone else's husband, okay? Her mama think like, I don't care that you feel that way because it was not my fault and how I reacted to him because that's my house and I can accept who I choose to in my house, and you bringing him here to stay in my house without asking me was actually disrespectful. So because of that, that's why I reacted in that way. And I'm like, that's true. That's very true, but her mama still ain't shit regardless or whatever. But you can't be inviting people to stay at your mama's house without telling them when your mama already ain't shit and don't like that man, okay? That was on Nicole, okay? Anyway, you know, Mom, he's a really great guy. You know, he treats me really nice. He gives me things or whatever, and I want you to give him a chance to show you how good of a guy he is. I'm like, but that's somebody's husband or whatever. The mom like, you know, look, I will defend you like a lioness or whatever, but I feel like that man is no good to you, okay? He ain't good for you. I'm telling you, he is not, okay? And he may give you gifts or whatever, but he gives you gifts to get perks, okay? He gives you gifts because he wants to be sleeping with you. You have just met that man. Y'all are already sleeping together. I could not believe that he's an opportunist. Okay, he's an opportunist in these streets or whatever, and you need to be with somebody who was worth the trouble of being with. Now, while her mama has a point in being with somebody who's worth it, and no one else's husband is worth all of this, at the same time, her mama feels his way and don't even know him. That's the crazy part or whatever. But the mama say, but fine, you know, I will think about talking to him and letting him show me who he is, despite me feeling as if he's only being nice to you and giving you perks to get your coochie or whatever. I'm not your daughter getting the coochie for free. So we do see Angie has stayed at another hotel with her friends or whatever. Royal stayed in their room with her and her friends all come to the hotel to talk through. And I'm like, it's like a little girl, like a little gang of Asians. It was weird. You know what I'm saying? They come like, Royal, what happened last night? You left Angie in the middle of the street. I'm thinking like technically he left her in the bar. Y'all brought her outside to the streets or whatever. So, I mean, technically, he didn't do that, okay? Royal brings up, well, I left because, you know what I'm saying, I was getting away from not only the argument, but also getting away from my siblings and Pedro and them who was being messy. Again, Royal don't want to handle his bullshit in front of anybody. He wants to do it in private. And again, he felt like it's too much truth coming at me at once. I need to run. And he did or whatever. He also brings up he never told Chantel that Angie was talking to the American men or whatever. Like, I think Chantel is making it up. I'm like, Sierra makes up all kind of shit, including her name being Chantel or whatever, okay? And he also brings up how Chantel is probably making things up because she doesn't like the fact that the family liked Angie and the family did not like Pedro. Now that is true. She is upset and so is Pedro. They feel some kind of way about that and they are trying to create drama based on that fact or whatever. He brings up how if I did say the baby wasn't mine, it was a joke. I'm like, that was a fucked up joke. It was a fucked up joke or whatever. But I get it wasn't a good joke, I'm saying, and I am sorry for that. He gave her some flowers or whatever, and he's trying to smooth it on now. Angie brings up how, you're always saying sorry, Royal. If you doubt the baby again, I would leave you and I would return you to your mom. And I'm like, this family is batshit crazy or whatever. So Royal tells, Angie, if you're unhappy with me or whatever, what I'm saying, we have to figure that out because, I'm saying, me being happy won't matter if you're not happy. And I think what he meant was, I'm good with how things are. But if you not, let's talk about it. I'm like, I don't think either y'all is happy. I think it is what it is. And y'all just together now. And so Angie bring up, I'm committed to him. I want to be with him, whatever. And now that now that I have been honest with him and what my issues were, I want us to talk to his family about what's going on. I'm saying, and I need that to happen immediately. And he was like, I can't control what my family could, should, or might do if we all talk. But I guess we can make that happen. So we then see the nature siblings all sitting around talking with the parents about what happened at the bar. Okay. And Karen brings up how Royal had told her that Angie told him to stop telling her everything about their stuff, whatever. I agree with Angie, and we have a relationship, and you can't keep running back to your mama complaining when we have a fight, because when you do that, it makes her not like me. You're tapping on me and I don't like it. So I do get Angie send that to him. She also brings up how when Angie got here, Angie already had a baby bump. So I feel like him saying that's why he felt like that wasn't his baby, because he had not been over there in a while, okay? And when she got here, they had only been here for like a week together, and they took the test, it came back positive or whatever, and then they got married, okay? And I'm like, well, I mean, and the daddy then said, I think Royal married her to, so fast, to save her reputation. Looking like, and she came here and was showing. How do y'all know that it wasn't his baby? And if he felt it wasn't his baby and he still married her, what doesn't matter, okay? It's just bullshit to me. Karen, I feel like Angie was looking for a sucker, okay? She was looking for a sucker to bring her to America, and it just happened to be my son. Well, your son is a sucker. Live with that or whatever. So as they're talking, Royal then walks in because Royal was at the door. He heard them talking the whole time. So now Royal is upset, okay? When Karen tried to get him to sit down and to talk or whatever, Karen brings up how Andy's mom had been trying to talk to her brother on Facebook, okay? And I can't believe a married woman will be trying to talk to a single man in America. And I'm like, but if her daughter is married to the man's nephew, what are they talking about? Like, are they exchanging photos? Is it like freaky shit? Like, what is it that made you feel as if they can't even have a conversation? That was, I mean, I wouldn't reach out to my daughter's mother's brother either. But again, it's not as if she asked him, can she suck his dick or whatnot, okay? So Royal brings up how it's a big miscommunication even about whoever this person is supposedly talking to their uncle. But I feel like y'all don't even need to be here. Y'all can go home. It's a done deal. I don't want y'all here. I don't believe any of y'all. Y'all on some, this is all messy. I'm done. He then leaves out. So when he leaves out, Sierra tries to go after him, but he then stands on the outside of the hotel door and he's holding the door so that she can't get out the room. I'm like, is he locking them? He's holding them hostage, girl. I just can't. They feel like Royal is trying to protect Angie. Well, he should, because she's his wife. She's his girl. This is just some bullshit if you ever ask me. We then see Nicole and Alejandro meets up with his family who stays in the DR. And so she meets, like, I think some uncles, some cousins or whatnot. There's people who was his family there. And she then gets upset as they sitting there, whatever. This is the first time she's meeting them. And she asked them, like, has he had girlfriends before her that he has, like, brought around or has, like, wined and dined and bought things for and whatnot. And they said, well, yeah, like, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, like, he brought one other girl around. But, like, other than that, no. She's upset because of that. She's upset because, again, 4 or 5 years ago, he dated someone who he, bought. I'm like, why is she upset? She says, he told me that he has never done that for anyone else or whatever. Now it's the first girl. I'm like, well, you were dumb to believe that. I feel like if he meant, you're the only girl I'm doing that for now, that's one thing. Anyone who believes that a man has never bought a girl stuff when he's a fucking married man, he's bought his wife shit, okay? Because Nicole is stupid, and she was even more dumb to get mad enough to get up and leave. She got up and left the party saying, I can't believe he lied, like he had other girls, whatever. And they like, that was not a good impression for her to put on us, because again, we just met her, and like, why would she act the way about someone from 4 or 5? She left the party, like, huffed and puffed and blew the whole goddamn house down and was gone. I'm like, girl, it don't matter, because at the end of the day, that is somebody's husband. His family meeting with her, knowing he has a wife, they not shit either. But I mean, I guess family of hoes, I don't know. We then see Royal ask for a meeting, okay, with the whole family. He wants them all to sit around and chit chat about what's going on or whatever, because he wants to find out, like, do y'all really want to be here in support of me and Angie getting married? Because I don't think y'all do, and it's pissing me off or whatever. Karen brings up how, since we got here, things went crazy. We were here as a whole family, and now because, things have came out, we want to be sure that this is the right thing to happen between you two. She brings up how maybe Angie was the one who convinced him to talk to them to get them to stay, because she may want them to be at their wedding so that her family can then make them look dumb. I'm like, people, no one else needs to make y'all look dumb. Y'all make yourself look dumb. What sense would it make for Angie's family to want to come down on y'all? I'm just like, who thinks about that? Girl, I need to put some cartoons in, because they just so dumb. Royal brings up how he told his family, y'all can go on, because he felt like, I heard y'all gossiping about us. I'm saying, so what was the point of y'all being here if that's how y'all felt or whatever? Angie then goes on the I'm finna snitch on everybody. I'm finna tell on my husband, his sister, his mama, it all. Okay, and like, what I heard y'all talking about my mama talking to y'all uncle. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's kind of the right thing to do. Excuse me. Because that's not really what's happening or whatever. Chantel then say, I'm going to call my uncle. She calls her uncle. The uncle answers, so you do know it's 4 a.m. here. Like, it's 4 a.m. here. The fact that she called her uncle at 4 a.m. American time is fucked up. Okay, you woke that man up to ask him, hey, what's the name of the lady from the Philippines who was messaging you on Facebook. I'm looking like that is the most childish shit to call and ask someone at 4 a.m. I would have said, bitch, get off my fucking phone, leave me alone or whatever. But he says whatever name it was, and it wasn't her mama's name. It was like close to it, but not exactly. But we'll still find out later on, maybe some bullshit going on like that or whatever. So Karen then brings about, I want to find out what happened at the bar. Royal then say, that's none of your business. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that or whatever. And they're like, well, that's your mom. She has the right to worry about you. Okay, Karen then asks Angie, well, why would you bring up all that stuff on the, why wouldn't you bring up all these issues you had before we all flew our asses over here? And she said, well, I felt like, Royal needed to speak on what happened and why he left me in the street first anything. I'm like, why, girl? It was just stupidity. And at this point in time, I'm like, I hate this show and I need to stop reviewing it. She like, I felt like you was embarrassing my son. It's like, well, I wasn't embarrassing him. Like, I just had to have a conversation with him when I was ready to. So Andy then said, but Sierra said that I was talking to Americans. Who told Sierra that? Royal, did you say that? He's like, no, I did not say that. It's not true. I don't know where she got it from. Well, I got it from you. So even if you don't remember saying it, it happened. I'm looking like, you gotta fall and run in water, bringing up how Royal seems to be being secretive. Y'all all are secretive and crazy, if you ask me. Angie then says Royal said that no one should know about my pregnancy and how his mama told him to not tell anyone. I'm like, it's this whole language communication issue. I think Royal point was, it's too soon to tell everyone that you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Because if we do, they're going to think we move too fast. So let's not tell everyone yet. But again, they don't like the language and communication barrier creates a lot of misunderstandings. And it's dumb. You can tell by how she repeats verbatim what he say versus verbatim what he could have meant. Now, I'm not saying that Royal ain't a piece of shit who seem to be secretive. But I do feel like with this one topic, Royal saying, we shouldn't tell anyone did not mean he was it could have mean like my family crazy. And if they know you pregnant, they're gonna talk shit. So like, let's not do that just yet, okay? And Royal keeps telling her, I think you misunderstood me. Again, it's dumb. It's a dumbass argument or whatever. Angie then bring up how Royal, tell the truth, Royal. My life is miserable with you. I'm like, it's miserable? Then why are you here, okay? You're making me look bad in front of your family. That's why I'm not comfortable being around them. Because I feel like they would judge me. The mama and the dad, no, we would never judge you. This whole show is about y'all judging each other's relationships. That's the whole point of this shit. Y'all are in the Philippines right now to judge what? The bond between Royal and Angie. I'm like, it's just dumb. Angie then brings up how it's like you don't trust your family because you did tell me that your family is crazy and they're bad. He says, well, no, I do think they have their own opinions, and sometimes their opinions are crazy. Again, she hear what he say and take it verbatim. You know what I'm saying? She then said, and you told me that Sierra is stupid. She is stupid. Well, if I'm stupid, Roy, then don't talk to me anymore about anything. I'm like, that was a dumbass response. And that was a whole episode. If this video don't get 1,000 views within like 2 or 3 days, I'm not doing the next episode. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. Peace.